The beats in my head. The beats in my head. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. My camera's all whacked out. And I just thought I'd go. Anywho. Anywho. Um, it's another wonderful, thriving Thursday. Um, what's up, everyone? Charles Austin is here, the cancer preventer, and it's another wonderful, thriving Thursday here on the wonderful world of YouTube. Um, so I kind of touched on some of the stuff we'll go over here tonight. I kind of touched on some of this stuff a little while ago, or was it? I say a little while ago. It might have been just the other day. Um, yeah, it was like just the other day. So maybe even yesterday. The mood hit me, and I said, let's talk a little bit about lean protein, right? And because and I didn't have any receipts to show anybody that day. When I did a quick little stream, sometimes I like to go outside in the middle of the day, do a quick little stream, and drop some nuggets about certain items, right? Whatever hits the mind. But I didn't have my receipts with me, and I like to have my receipts normally when I do my streams. I've been on my phone a lot lately because I was getting some software stuff straight out on my computer, still working it out, but here we are. So let's go ahead and do intros because I want to wrap this up shortly. It always gets around my dinner time, and I know it's Thursday, so the Thursday night footballers, they're going to want to get to the TV, and hopefully they'll have some lean protein when they get there. So, again, this is Charles Austin here on another wonderful, thriving Thursday, the cancer preventer. And we are coming to you live here. I got here on time tonight. So if you watch the video, you enjoy the video, subscribe to the channel, make sure you hit the like button, share this video out, send it to your friends, your family, or even your enemies, anybody you want to send it to, and get the word out about all the great information we are sharing here on this channel. So also you can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and I almost said Twitter again, but it is called X now, at Fitness Charles. And you see my link tree. Oh, nope. There it is. There's my link tree right there. You can buy, I only have one book on there right now. If you've watched any of my videos, you know that I've been finishing a book for a while now. I actually had to make an edit today, believe it or not. So we're working on it. We're working on it every day. Every day. So you can actually buy my book there. And you can also see all my links and every way to follow me and all that good stuff. But we're not here for all of that. So I didn't pause. I was reading something. My other screen's over here. Over here. When I'm doing this, I'm looking at my screen. You'll see in a second here when I share my screen. But as always, all the stuff that we talk about here on this channel is for information purposes only, entertainment. I am not a medical doctor, so I'm not telling you to do anything. I'm just sharing with you the science, okay? The truth about everything that you might want to know about how to preserve and prolong your life. That is what this channel is about. This channel is not about fake news. This channel is not about making you just saying what you want to hear. I'm going to tell you the truth, and I'm going to back it up with receipts as always. So real quick, let's go ahead and share my screen because the topic tonight is lean protein. Yeah, I forgot. I keep having brain farts. So the topic tonight is lean protein, and it's something that I know a lot of people talk about. If they say, hey, I'm trying to lose weight, I'm trying to improve my health, I'm trying to build muscle, I'm trying to get back in shape, I need to make sure I get plenty of lean protein. Like I said, I touched on this a little bit. I shared a video with some of this stuff on here, but we're going to dive a little bit deeper here over these next 15 minutes or so because I won't be too long. But most of the time when people say lean protein, they really do think of things like turkey, chicken, fish, eggs, things like that, right? That's lean protein. But I'll show it to you. I'll prove it to you, right? So if you see it, all I did is type in lean protein, right? And as you can see on the screen, look what it has up here. The first things that pops up: turkey, chicken, right? Salmon, and tuna. And before we even get to anything that's not toxic, we got tofu. We got all these other ones, and then after that, we're sandwiching in between cottage cheese. Look, pork loin. There's one, edamame. We got quinoa, but then we got lean ground beef. Then we got beans. You see how far these things are down on the list, right? Lean protein. That's what everybody says. Lean protein. Got to get your lean protein. So lean protein, as you can see, these are all examples, right? And I'm pretty sure if I click any of these articles here, right, just click a random one, 15 lean protein sources. And it's like, what does lean protein even mean? I'm probably going to look that up here in a second. Look at this. A balanced diet is vital for good health and involves 3 main macro. Yeah. And lean protein in particular. Oh, wow, we got to get that lean protein. So look at the sources. The first one is turkey. The first one's turkey. Okay. Now look at this. Look at this. Okay. And this is how you know. This is how you know BS when you see it, right? It says turkey, but right off the bat, it has saturated fat. It has saturated fat, and it also has total fat right there. Now I wonder if it shows it's cholesterol anywhere in here. I don't see it. And then we go to chicken. There you go, fat, saturated fat. How can it be lean, right? Because they're basically saying that we know all these meats have fat, but you're trying to get the leanest cuts, right? There's fat again. Fat. Okay? And then we get to legumes, but which we'll get to in just a second. Look, there's milk. Where's the fat? Fat. But if we look here, now, I'm trying to figure out where is the fat coming from? Because I eat these things all the time, and I'm curious about the sources here because I'm going to show you my list here real quick. So again, that's what it says. Now let's look up what does lean protein even mean? Yeah, let's see what it says. And see, it doesn't even give you. It doesn't even really give you a definition. I'm just curious if I can get some type of definition from somebody so I can get an idea of what lean protein is. What is lean protein? Okay, let's see. At first glance, lean protein might sound like it's meant to represent any protein that has relatively low amounts of fat and carbs. That's weird. And while it can mean that, there is actually a formal definition. All right. So lean protein has to have less than 10 grams of fat, and then fewer than 95 milligrams of cholesterol. Okay. Now, I don't know where this source is, but let's just go with this as our first easiest little definition of what lean protein is. Okay, so we kind of defined it a little bit, but now what I want to do is let's see, does this give you the, I pulled this one up, but this is just going through some lists here. Oops, wrong one. Yeah, this is just telling you how much protein. So real quick, if you see here, because what I wanted to do was show you, I thought this list had the fiber content as well, and some other information. But anyway, as you can see on this list, we're talking about beans. So it's so many different. We got edamame. We got, what is this? Azuka beans. All right. 8.6 grams of protein. Kidney beans that are, white kidney beans. Never even heard of those. 8.35. Then we got regular 7.85, 7.75 for lentils, 7.25 for black beans. I'm not going to go through all of these, but the point is there's plenty of different types of beans where you can get your protein from. Let's see, fat content in beans, 12%. All right. Let's see. Let's go here and see what it says. Oh, see, yeah. So what we need to find is just regular. See how they got baked beans, and this is stuff where you add stuff to it. Because let's just do a regular bean. Let's do like a black bean, a common one. Let's just do a common one. Okay, none of these give me. I don't like some of these sources. I'll try this one. No, that's not gonna work. Boy, I tell you, when you get ready to do something sometimes, it slows you down so much. Okay. Saturated fats. Man, you know what? You learn something new every day. All right? I'm still trying to figure out where these saturated fats are coming from. Like, I've never, let's see. Let's try this. Where does, let's see, do black beans have fat? Yeah, so then now this is very conflicting information. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. It's unsaturated fat. I mean, that's the one part that makes sense. So we're getting a lot of conflicting information here. But, you know, we're looking at it live together. So the whole point here is, you know, it's pretty simple, right? So we're talking about the leanest proteins, and we did do a quick little definition, right? We did do a quick little definition on what is lean protein, where did it go, right? And we basically said that it needs to have less than 10 grams of total fat and all this kind of stuff. Well, here's the cool thing. Whether it has a speck of fat or not, none of these are going to have cholesterol, okay? And we can prove that right now. Do beans have cholesterol? All right. And see, you can't even get a straight answer. Thank you. Geez, you got to refresh it. No, there's no cholesterol, okay? But apparently, if you go to the definition, and stay with me, if you go to the definition, we're talking about you can have some cholesterol and still call it lean. All right? So I don't know about that, but I don't know if I want cholesterol as part of my lean diet, right? And then we're talking about, they're saying 10 grams of fat. Well, how about zero? How about zero cholesterol? How about zero fat? Because as far as I know, beans don't have fat. I've never seen fat and protein in beans, unless you do something with them. All right. And if there is any fat, it's going to be unsaturated. It's going to be super small amount. Beans are primarily protein and fiber. That's primarily what they are. But anywho, so we got that. Now the other thing is, if it's not beans, the other thing that you can eat, now these do have fat. Nuts definitely have fat, right? So there's plenty of different nuts and seeds and things that you can eat, and these things are higher in fat, but this unsaturated again. And again, none of these have cholesterol, right? So peanuts, almonds, pistachios, sunflower seeds, etc. All of these are examples of you know, alternative sources. So once we get past the fact that if you really want to have your lean protein, right, you want to skip the cholesterol and the saturated fat, which is the problem, all right, with specifically heart disease and cancer and things like that. If you want to skip that, you're going to go for your nuts, seeds, beans, right? Plenty of protein and all of that. But here's the thing. Now watch this, okay? Animal protein versus plant protein cancer risk. Okay, now you're gonna go when we look at this. Okay, that's what's gonna happen. Okay, now right here, the research indicates that animal protein intake does not increase. Look at this. Animal protein intake does not increase the risk of death from cancer, heart disease, or any cause. In fact, animal protein may offer a protective effect. Now I'm curious, what is the source? Discover magazine. Okay. All right, you gotta be careful, man. Gotta be careful. Look at this. Oh, that's the same one. Discover magazine. Look at this. Animal protein not linked to early death. Okay. So now what we're doing is we're confusing people again. Look at this. Surprising study finds. Of course it's surprising. Why would you say it's surprising? Of course it's surprising. Finds it may be protected against cancer risk. Now, I just wanted to lay that out because if you were to type this in, just like I did, search engine, and you pull this up, you're going to be like, well, hey, there's no big deal. Well, let's go a little bit further, right? All you did is change the algorithm. Animal protein cancer risk. All right? Where are we at? University of California, San Francisco. Here we go. Cooking animal foods at high heat will create carcinogens. Now, they always say high heat. There's no other way. There's no heat that cooks meat that's not high. Okay? So, the hotter and longer the meat is cooked, the more of these things that are produced, these chemicals. I discuss some of this stuff in my book, and I break it down so that you can really get the meat and potatoes about it, right? Red meat. Okay, these byproducts of high heat cooking have been shown to be carcinogenic. All right, and it says shown to increase the occurrence in tumors in multiple sites. We're talking about breast cancer. We're talking about lung cancer, colon cancer, stomach cancer, prostate cancer, pancreatic cancer, esophageal cancer. Okay, from red meat. But again, over here, it says there's no cancer risk, but then in 5 seconds later, you can find the real. Okay, so again, they're talking about breast cancer, processed meat. The link between cancer risk and consumption of processed meat is well supported in literature. Okay, so red meat, as with red meat, the association was esophageal cancer, gastric cancer. Okay, we're going on and on. Poultry. If you think chicken's good, oh, I'll just eat chicken. Let's see. Oh, what this one said. Oh, look, this one says on the other hand may lead to a decreased risk. All right, let's see what it says. Meta-analysis looking at poultry intake colorectal cancer showed an inverse association with at least 50 grams per day. The incidents were decreased with poultry intake. Now, I wonder what the comparison was. All right, because I guarantee you, watch this, y'all. I'm just going to keep it simple. All right. I mean, look. This is what you got to be paying attention to. Right here is very simple. We got the National Institute of Gastroenterology. Now look, Italy. See, if you get the stuff that's published here, all right, in America, boy, I tell you, they play around a lot. United States Corp, they play a lot. They like to play around. Okay. 300 grams of poultry per week could significantly increase the risk of dying from gastrointestinal cancers. These findings indicate a 27% higher risk of all-cause mortality compared to those eating less. Oh, boy. I mean, eating chicken could shorten your lifespan. Like, let's stop playing, y'all, with the games. So, again, the point is here, you're going to find conflicting information. Here's animal protein. All right. Again, look. They're talking about dairy may be protective against breast cancer. So I'm kind of wanting to stick this study into the toilet already because I know otherwise, right? Right? And let me prove it. Dairy, and this is how easy this is. This is how easy this is, y'all. Anybody can do this. Look what I typed in. The relationship between dairy consumption and breast is constant. Some studies suggest that cow's milk increases the risk of breast cancer by increasing IGF-1 levels. Other research, dairy products like yogurt and cheese do not. Now, that's false because all of these contain cow's milk. So how can cow's milk increase cancer risk, but cheese doesn't when it has cow's milk in it? It doesn't make sense. All right. But so again, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up on this and just say, hey, at the end of the day, you got many sources that you can use to get your lean protein. They don't include animal products, right? Now watch this. Okay. See, there it is again. I just wanted to see what would happen because I was doing with the algorithm. Mod is protective. Now, this is what I would, but we're running out of time. We're running out of time today. Okay, we're running out of time today. Animal protein may lower cancer death risk after decades of research. This is great. Now, I want to read this. I want to read the study. Y'all can read it with me as we go through this. I just want to hear what they're saying. All right. What are they saying? Another point concerns hormone. Man. Yeah, they're not telling me much in this article. Yeah, they're not telling me much in this article. All right, we're probably gonna have to do a video on how to cut the fat, if you will, on certain things, and how to read between the lines. Because I'll be honest, I didn't do the best job today because it was unexpected. Because normally when I type these things in the search engine, normally when I type these things in the search engine, I get the same results. But now we're getting new results that I've never gotten before. Like I said, I'll be honest, I didn't do the best job of explaining it today. But we're probably going to have to do another video on explaining the difference between fake news and real news, right? Because now what they're doing is trying to confuse everybody, and they even confuse me, right? But anywho, matter of fact, let's see if we can do this, y'all. Because I just don't like leaving the stream like this. I don't like leaving the stream like this. All right. I'm trying to open up my Word document here so I can bring up some sources for y'all. If you would allow me. No, this is not even the right file. This is not the right file. Dang it. I think I have the file on a different location. Yeah, I think we're going to call it a night because this is not the right file. We're going to call it a night. Yeah, we're going to call it a night for now because I can't find the right file and I'm hungry. So here's the moral of the story, y'all. Lean protein normally is going to be described as a bunch of different animal proteins, but again, the point that you have to realize is that it's still animal protein. So if it's still animal protein, it's still not for you. So the best way is to get your lean protein is going to be your nuts, seeds, beans, things like that. And again, of course, all plants have protein. So we're going to wrap on that. No questions in the chat box today. If you watch this video and you realize you got a question, as always, go ahead and drop it in the comment section. DM me, any of those things. Happy to help out. So we'll be back next Thursday. Stream will be better, I hope, because this was one of those streams. But we'll deliver a little bit better next week. As always, follow me Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, X at Fitness Charles. Subscribe to this channel here. Leave a comment, send, send, like, all of those things on the video. And then also, please feel free to send me your video ideas. If there's something that you want to hear about, I haven't talked about. Kind of hard to find because, hey, if you go here to my YouTube, which I'll pull it up for you right now. I'll pull it up right now. And you can literally go to these playlists and you can find just about anything. My nutrition playlist is probably the longest. Lots of different videos here. We're talking about restriction diets, plant protein is better. Now, see, just go watch this one. If you want to get the beat on today, just watch this one. But we were really talking about lean protein today. But B12, talk about fiber, lots of different things on the channels here. There's also a where's my exercise and fitness channel? Yeah, exercise and fitness channel. It's been a while since I made a fitness video, but I have to do that more often. Talking about not bulking up with weightlifting, etc. So plenty of good things on here to find on the channel. This is the one I did just the other day. Yeah, this is the one I did just the other day where we're talking about the different types of proteins, similar to what we talked about today. So check that one out when you get a chance. But I'm going to go ahead and sign off, y'all. Have a great